What's good, people? So to start this video off, we're going to be doing a wee protein review of Perform raspberry white chocolate flavour. I've only had a couple of these. If you don't know Perform protein, then you've probably been living under a rock, but everyone raves on about this. So we're going to put this in our pre-workout oats and we'll do a live taste test. Katie's going to give her opinion as well. She wants to come in and give you a little review. Okay, so straight off the bat, bend down a little bit. It smells class. It smells really, really good. Okay, so I'm going to do the taste test review just with oats, because if I go and put everything else in it, it's not exactly going to be fair, is it? But this is what the oats are looking like, and maybe spill it over the camera. But here we go. It's actually pretty good. There's a lot more raspberry than it is white chocolate though.
It's definitely more raspberry.
It's a very strong raspberry. There's not much white chocolate coming through. I'm trying to compare it to something else. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like, do you know the blondies that you get from like Starbucks? Like a raspberry and white chocolate blondie. That's exactly what it tastes like. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah,
I like it. What's your thoughts? Come on the camera.
I like it.
Thumbs up from Katie. Okay, so this is the finished product for pre, and then we're just waiting on wee crumpet over there coming out the toaster. What's good, people? So today we're looking at my first push session. I don't think we've actually looked at this on the YouTube video, so I'll run you through some movements from that, I'll run you through some tips, and then we'll get stuck into the session, and then we'll see what else we film today. So let's get stuck in.
But baby, is that really what you want? So you got your head in the clouds, you made a fool out of you, and boy, she's bringing you down. She ain't no hard milk, but you're cold to the core. Now rumor has it she ain't got your love anymore.
Hey people, so warming up for our first main press, so it's going to be a flat dumbbell press. With your warm-up sets, you're trying to do just enough to feel ready for that top set without producing too much fatigue, so it takes away from that top set. We want to try and move as much load as we possibly can, and we do not want our warm-up sets to take away from that. So make sure you're warming up to the point where you feel good, but not to the point where you feel fatigued. Top set here, 52.5. I actually get people sometimes asking me why I put bands around the dumbbells. It's literally just to put more weight on. So we've got V1.25 plates strapped to the edge of the dumbbells just because it only goes up to 50s in here. So it's kind of the only way to progress load. That's the only reason why. We're just going to hold this like a mic for the time being. But the main area I see people going wrong with when it comes to dumbbell pressing is the fact they're not taking advantage of the fact that you can converge. You know what that means is come together. So basically get a little bit more range of motion and a little bit of a better contraction as well. A lot of people will do dumbbell pressing and they'll just press directly up. They won't even think about driving the elbows in, and that's for shoulder press, chest press. Take advantage of that little bit extra range of motion and being able to get the muscle group a little bit shorter and more of a contracted position. Don't just do dumbbell press and then just stay in like a fixed path like you would with a Smith or with a fixed bar. Next up is shoulder press. We've got 2 rotations of this within the split with both grips. Just going to be challenging the delts and the upper chest slightly differently, but today we have this grip. Nice and stable. Usually put plates on the ground just to, again, get a little bit more stability because sometimes this floor is a bit slidey. Absolutely melting John. We're back. Right. Let's get up. 85 for 7 last week. Let's go 85 for 8, hopefully, if all goes to plan. Now, if you're in the gym and you're getting a little bit worked up about not progressing, loads of weight, loads of reps, we 2.5s, 1.25s, 5s, they're going to be your best mate to progress. You're not going to get to the point where you can just progress load and load and load and load. You really need to earn your progression, so don't get caught up in progressing weight. Take the small wins as much as you can, because they'll all add up. Waiting on the trusty spot coming. Hope that's on. It is on, thank fuck for that. Count you in.
Wait, do I go under?
Yeah, and then press. Okay, 3. Just try your hardest, don't worry. 3, 2, 1. Yep, perfect.
I'm cold to the core, but rumor has it I'm the one you're leaving us.
One rep up. Thanks.
Whispered in my ear, tell a story that I cannot bear to hear. Just 'cause I said it.
1 up, I think. Again. Going for the full house. Okay, so we've done flat press, we've done our main shoulder press. Now we're looking at targeting the lower chest, so the costal fibers here with a cuffed costal fly. It's in the name. Now, a few wee benefits using the cuff. It's going to reduce the moment arm, so it's going to put a little bit less pressure through the joints, which is always good. And it means we don't really need to think about the hands. We just need to think about driving that upper arm across the body, try to get the biceps to touch. The pec's really just influenced by this upper portion of your arm, the humerus. It's not really influenced by forearms or anything. So we're trying to get these biceps into touch, elbows nice and close. We're not going to be able to do that. We want to think about doing that to get a nice big squeeze on the chest. Right, here's a wee tip for your isolation tip work. If you're on a cable stack and this cable stack jumps up in quite big jumps, so like 5s or 7.5, sometimes you go up by quite a lot, get a wee plate. So here's a 2.5 and a 1.25. For my top set here, I'm doing 37.25, so that's on 35, and I just loop this round. And that means I can take smaller progressions each week, because the chance of you taking big jumps on isolation type movements is going to be pretty low. Like, you're not going to be able to take big jumps week after week after week. So here's a wee tip for more gradual progressions. What's good, people? So here is some footage of me and my client posing from an earlier session in the week, and he has also had a pretty insane transformation. I'll put some photos of what he used to look like a few weeks ago and what it looks like now, and the journey isn't even over yet. He's closing in on 20 kilos lost and he is looking pretty shredded. So yeah, very, very excited to see what he can bring in the next few weeks. Well, that will be all from this video. We'll close out with some posing clips and also some food. So if you want to see what food I grabbed on a meal out or a quote unquote off-plan meal, then wait until the end.